In this tutorial, I'm going to walk through how to zoom in and out of a video clip. First, I'll show a static zoom where the position is set, and then a keyframe zoom that shows the clip sort of zooming in while it's playing. This tutorial assumes that you are a beginner to Premiere and have opened up a new project. So first, I'm going to import my clip in to my project, and first we'll zoom this clip in. So if I double click here, I can play this clip.
Come across, go walk to that end.
I'm just going to add it to my timeline here. So now I've got it in my timeline, and let's say that I want to zoom in a little bit on the subject in the video. So the key here is selecting your clip and then coming up and clicking Effect Controls up here. If you don't see this icon here, make sure that you've clicked your video. If it's still not there, come up to Window and you should see it in the list here and you can click it. This panel is really useful for basic changes you may want to make to your video. So for zooming, we care about the scale effect. We can scale the video in and out by increasing or decreasing this number. So let's say if I click on it here and I want it to be double the scale, I can manually type this in to 200. Another way is by just clicking and holding and then dragging your mouse left to go down or right to go up for sort of a smooth experimenting of different values on the scale. So that's how we can zoom in and also how we can zoom out. Now let's say we want to zoom out and we want to change the background color here so that it's not black. Now the reason that it's black is because there's nothing underneath it, right? And so it just defaults to a black blank canvas that we have there. So what we can do is place what's called a color matte behind this video if we wanted to add something behind it. So to do that, we come down here and click New Item, Color Matte, and then you'll want to make sure that this width and height match your video. By default it will, so we can click OK, and then we can just choose whatever color we want to make our color matte. Click OK. I'm gonna change this to background color, click OK. And so now what we need to do is place this background color underneath our clip. And so in our timeline, the order of these bars here matter. So we want to make sure that our background color bar is underneath the our main clip. So we can drag background color and place it underneath here, and now you can see that we've got a frame behind it. If that's what you choose to do, we can also zoom in so there's no frame and you don't see the background color. And so that's if we wanted to play this clip now, you can see that we would just stay on this sort of static zoom position. We're not zooming in, we're not zooming out while the clip is playing, we're just on a fixed position. If we want to change the position while the clip is playing, we use what are called keyframes. And that's what this little icon is here, kind of a stopwatch. And that just means that we can set a certain scale number at one position of the video, and then we can change that position at another point in the video. So the way that you enable it is by clicking the stopwatch here. You can see this little diamond. That just means that at this point in our video, so we're kind of at the beginning, we are at a scale of 157. And so now if we sort of zoom or go forward, now let's say at this point in our video we want to be a little bit further in. You can see that it's added a new diamond here, and if I go through this slowly, you can see that it's starting to zoom in. Let me delete that and do an even closer zoom. See, it's a bit easier to see. So you can see, and once we get to this diamond, then we're stuck at whatever value we put it at. So now we're at 242. So now it's not going to move, it's just going to stay at 242. Another thing, you can, if you watch this number here while I scrub through this video, you can see that it's changing. So we're back at the 157 at this diamond, and now we're up to the 240. So what I like to do a lot of times is move my diamond all the way to the end, and so then you get a nice slow zoom if that's what you want.
End. And now come walk back and show the camera how you can jump.
And same thing is true for zooming out. So let's say I wanted to start zoomed in. I could create a keyframe. I'm going to set this at the beginning of my clip. I'm going to just click and drag it. So at the beginning of my clip, I'm at 179. Now I want to go to the end of my clip. Let's go right here at the end, and let's say we want to zoom out. And I'm just going to drag that a little bit more. So now we start zoomed in, and you can see that while it's going, it's doing a slow zoom out until we eventually get to where we set it at the 76, 75 mark. So that's a little bit about how to zoom in and zoom out on a video. There are other effects here. You can change position in the same way. If you want to move a clip left or right or up and down, you can do that. And keyframes work the same way. Rotation, if you want to rotate your clip. Opacity, a whole bunch of different effects that you can do in the effect controls panel. So I hope this video was helpful. This is actually my first tutorial I've ever made, so please leave some constructive criticism in the comments below, and yeah, I'll be putting more out there. Thanks for watching.